Let's be honest. If you're an Indonesian or an expat who spent any time in Indonesia, I'll bet you've eaten Indomie. You know, it isn't just a snack. It's a national treasure, a comfort food, a culinary icon. And if you haven't heard of it yet, buckle up because the story of Indomie is not only delicious, yum, it's downright amazing. It's one of those rare things that crosses all boundaries: age, class, region. Whether you're a broke university student, a business executive, or a tired mom feeding her kids at the end of a busy day, Indomie comes to the rescue. Hi, I'm Kate, and I've lived in Indonesia for over 40 years, and I can tell you, I've eaten a lot of Indomie. A lot. Whenever I couldn't decide what I wanted to eat, this, that, something else, I don't know, Indomie seemed to be the perfect choice. But did you know that noodles weren't always popular in Indonesia? Hard to believe, isn't it? Well, believe it or not, noodles weren't immediately welcomed into Indonesian cuisine. Yep, even though Indomie is everywhere now, there was a time when people weren't happily slurping up bowls of noodles. The story goes back hundreds of years when Chinese traders brought noodles into Indonesia. But here's the thing, Indonesians were deeply loyal to their beloved rice. Noodles? Yuck, too chewy, too unfamiliar, and definitely not what Mom served for dinner. That's right, noodles were seen as something foreign, something people didn't want to eat. But that started to change little by little. Vendors began adapting noodle dishes with local ingredients. They added sambal, ketchup manis, fried shallots, and crunchy krupuk. And those added flavorings helped noodles to be accepted, no longer an outsider. Then came the real game changer in the 1970s, Indomie. It didn't just bring noodles into the Indonesian kitchen, it made them essential. Cheap, fast, full of flavor, and easy to customize. Yep, noodles finally won Indonesia's heart. And once the flavors clicked, there was no turning back. But how did Indomie become this big of a deal? Well, let's rewind a little bit. Indomie first hit the shelves in the early 1970s, when instant noodles were still pretty new to Indonesia, even then. Back then, the idea was simple: create an affordable, tasty, and easy to make meal for the average Indonesian household. Yeah. Fast forward to today, and Indomie isn't just an Indonesian success story, it's a global one, sold in more than 90 countries. Yeah, Indomie has become one of Indonesia's most iconic exports. What's truly fascinating is how Indomie became part of the everyday rhythm of life in Indonesia. You find it everywhere, from supermarkets and small roadside eateries to five-star hotel kitchens. Yep, you may have seen Indomie on the room service menu at a fancy resort in Bali. It's that universally loved. The packaging itself has become iconic. The bright red, green, and yellow are instantly recognizable. And the little image on the front showing a perfect plate of noodles topped with an egg, ah, it sets expectations in the most brilliant way. I bet you've added an egg, maybe some veggies, a couple of slices of ripe tomato. Haven't you? I sure have. Yes, Indonesians are masters of customization, and Indomie is no exception. You can't just say, I had Indomie for lunch, and leave it at that. How did you eat it? With a fried egg? Added vegetables? Cheese? Beef? Corned beef? Or maybe you went rogue and mixed two flavors of Indomie together, like maybe chicken curry and soto ayam. There's even a whole culture around Indomie hacks, with recipes that elevate this humble noodle into something gourmet. Just Google Indomie recipes online and see what you find. The possibilities are endless. But it's not just about flavor and ease. Indomie is tied to memory, emotion. It's a taste of childhood for many Indonesians. And for expats like me, it's one of those little comforts that helped me when I was still adjusting to life in a brand new country here. I wasn't used to eating instant noodles back then, but when a friend made me some Indomie, topped with stir-fried veggies and a perfectly fried egg and sambal that could make you cry in a good way, it was a revelation. I thought, wait, this isn't just packaged food. This is an experience. The brand itself has also done a great job of staying relevant. From collaborating with Indonesian pop culture icons to embracing social media trends, Indomie has managed to stay essential for every home. And that's no small feat in a world where food trends come and go faster than you can boil noodles. And speaking of culture, Indomie has become a symbol of national pride. When Indonesians travel abroad and find Indomie in a grocery store, there's a bit of pride that sparkles in their eyes. It's not just about craving a taste of home. It's about identity, about belonging, about finding a little piece of Indonesia wherever you go in the world. I've heard that some people pack half a suitcase with Indomie when going overseas, just in case they can't find it at their destination. But let's talk business for a minute. Indomie isn't just a cultural icon, it's a serious economic powerhouse. Indofood, the company behind Indomie, employs thousands of Indonesians and contributes significantly to the economy. The brand's ability to expand overseas, especially into Africa, has also strengthened Indonesia's soft power. In Nigeria, for example, Indomie is more than just an imported product. It's actually manufactured right there in Nigeria. It's embedded in daily life there and has even inspired local brands to follow suit. That kind of global footprint is something that most companies can only dream of. I've even heard that Indomie participates in festivals all over the world, like the MCC Fun Fest in Chicago for the Muslim community there. Chicago, that's my hometown. Of course, by doing this, they promote Indomie and celebrate brand awareness throughout the world. And no one turns down the Indomie samples offered at these events. But of course, with great fame comes the occasional controversy. Critics have raised concerns about health issues, sodium content, preservatives, and so on. And those concerns are valid. Like all instant foods, moderation is key. Nobody's saying you should eat Indomie 3 times a day, even though a few college students have probably done that. But what makes Indomie so special is how it allows for balance. Because you can jazz it up with fresh veggies, add your protein of choice, and turn it into a full meal that's fast to get ready, satisfying, and a whole lot more affordable than ordering takeout. What really stands out to me, though, is how Indomie brings people together. It's not fancy. It's not fussy. Whether you're rich or struggling, young or old, from Java or Sumatra or Sulawesi, there's a good chance you've had Indomie and loved it. And in a country as diverse as Indonesia, finding those shared experiences matters. In my own home, Indomie is the go-to emergency meal. When we're too tired to cook, when unexpected guests show up, or when we just want something comforting after a long day, it's right there. As Indonesia continues to grow, modernize, and take its place on the global stage, Indomie is a beautiful reminder that some of the best things in life don't have to be complicated. One packet, a little boiling water, a few minutes. That's all it takes. But in those few minutes, you're connecting to a story of creativity and flavor that has touched millions of lives. So whether you're a lifelong fan or someone who's never tried it yet, I hope you now see Indomie for what it really is. Not just a noodle, but one of the things that makes Indonesia so lovable. It's practical, adaptable, full of spice and personality, and a staple in almost every home, regardless of the person's age or wealth. So next time you walk down a grocery aisle and spot that familiar red, green, and yellow package, take a moment, smile, maybe even grab a couple of packs for the pantry, because you never know when you'll need a little taste of comfort, convenience, and culture, all rolled into one perfectly seasoned bite. Whether you're an Indomie superfan or just noodle curious, I hope this video has left you hungry for some noodles. Don't forget to like, comment with your favorite flavor, and subscribe for more stories about expat life, Indonesia, and tasty surprises. Bye for now. See you next time.